Hello there. Hi, my name is Stephanie and welcome to my channel here at the Evergreen Home. I am starting a new series here and it's called Nest with Steph. I'm about 37 weeks pregnant with our fourth baby, which I am very excited for and so grateful to God for. I'm a Christian homemaking wife and to an amazing man, a mother of 3 and soon to be 4 beautiful children. And we also homeschool here. We do practice and use a Charlotte Mason philosophy. So if you're interested in any of those things, feel free to stick around. I will be starting this series. I've wanted to start it for a while, but I've been doing the projects. Haven't really filmed a lot, but I thought it might just be better sometimes to just film afterwards instead of the lengthy process, which is never, in my opinion, I don't find it as fun to watch. And yeah, with that being said, this video is going to be a walk and talk through my husband and I's master bedroom, which will also be where baby girl will sleep with us for the first 12 months at least, and will be where I'm doing my postpartum period, obviously, and I'll also probably tag on the linen closet, which is something else I have gone through and decluttered recently too, and tried to organize in a much better way at the moment. So I guess to start off with, I'll preface this with the bedroom. It has been a process over several weeks because there is a lot of moving parts. There is a lot of moving parts in this room, and there have been, because we've needed to, one, declutter. So I've been decluttering and minimizing my wardrobe, my husband's wardrobe, and also not including this room, other things too, which will be in the series as well of the Nest with Steph. Hopefully I will get around to filming and uploading those. Things like the kitchen, and that is a huge overhaul. That will be a video to watch if you like declutters. It is pretty bad at the moment. It's pretty bad. So that is going to be coming up. I've been decluttering our library bookshelves, just trying to weed out the ones we don't really ever like or read or gravitate to. I've been trying to, and going through the kids' clothes, and decluttering or putting things aside for next year. And also we've had the transition from winter now to spring, which is more or less like almost like summer here in Queensland, Australia. So we have been doing that, which is a process in itself. And then also I still have a bathroom declutter to do, which I'm excited to do all these declutters and organizational videos and nesting videos. It's just all very in the hormones at the moment, and it just helps you get extra excited for baby. Well, it helps me to get extra excited because I'm just so excited for little girl to be here with us in our arms. And the nesting just helps add to that excitement, and also helps, I guess, distract in the waiting with purposeful work. So yeah, that is some things I have coming up or planning to do. And for this room, like I said, there has been a process of decluttering, minimizing. I've also been accumulating / gathering for baby girl and for me postpartum. There's so many things like popping into my mind right now too, like freezing meals and all these things too. But keeping it to the bedroom and possibly the linen closet, that are the big things. I've also been sewing a bunch lately, which has been so nice to get back into sewing and doing that creative outlet, but also having a purpose for it. I've actually been sewing not so much for baby, but I've been sewing more for me postpartum, which is saving us money and also been really nice because fourth time round, and also, you know, the older I get, the more I know what I like, what I want, what I actually wear, what I need, what suits me, what I feel comfortable in, etc. So with all that being said, let's get on into the video. I'm going to turn the camera around and walk you through our room and its current state. Keep in mind, a few probably weeks and months ago, it definitely didn't look like this. It is still definitely not arrived yet. It's not perfect. I definitely could go through and declutter more. But at this stage, this is where we're at. So yes, here we go. So if you walk into our room, this is what you are met with. So starting off on this wall, we have a basket full of clean and washed curtains ready to be hung. We have the curtain rods and hooks ready to go too. We just need to do it. But that will be so nice. Excuse the fly. We again got warm weather and they're just infiltrating, and we don't have any fly screens really on our house, so we really need some fly screens. On the back of the door here, there's just some random things I haven't really looked at too much. There's a robe for me, a robe for Davide, and a one of my favorite quilted tote bags, and a straw hat for me out in the garden, and Davide's work bag. This hole with the cat scratch was from the previous tenant. Don't love that, obviously. This whole wall I was looking at is so plain. The previous tenant was a teenager, I believe, and he or she had like LED strip lighting at the top of this room. And sorry, the focus has gone off. Anyway, they painted the trims black and the walls all grey. And I was like, I wish they just left it like the raw wood and the natural beige color it was, or like off-white, and didn't put the strip lighting up there. We took the lighting out, but there's still a bunch of the casing for it. Anyway, all of that is probably definitely not going to happen before baby comes. But I really want to do something with this wall to make it look nicer. We've got a big painting there that I actually painted that. And that's another project too, which is to varnish it and seal it. And because it's got this milky finish on it, I don't know what happened. Probably just the cheap acrylic paints I used. But I do want to do a clear coat of varnish on it, which will hopefully bring out the colors and take away the milkiness. And then I want to stain and seal the frame that Davide made for it. I also want to stain and seal this before baby comes, and get Davide to put a leg in the middle because it's starting to sink and drop in the middle. These long drawer units can do that sometimes. And I'd love to, actually, a prayer of mine has been to be able to find an identical matching one for the other side of the room, and then we can use that set of drawers in another room. But at least that way we can even it out and it can be more symmetrical, like some big giant bedside tables. I do want to go through and do some like decorating in here. Definitely change out that painting. And I'm thinking on this wall to do like a gallery wall with photos or something that won't cost a lot of money and take too much time. Eventually we'd love to do board and batten, and obviously paint it all and get proper flooring in and things like that. But before baby comes, we're just trying to think of what's realistic. So that is the plan. We'll see what happens. So excuse the giant piles of stuff. But yes, so that's the curtains. This is our baby's Moses basket, which I'm so thankful for this baby that we get to have a Moses basket this time. So I can take the basket around the house with me easily. This stand that that the basket can sit in or come out of actually has wheels, which is amazing. And I won't go too much into that because I might leave that for what we've got for baby video. I'm going to make a video like things I've collected for me postpartum and things that I've collected for baby. These are just piles of things, various things. Some things are to go into the shed for like winter time for me, or I can't wear them breastfeeding. Some shoes to go away for that purpose, and then some to be sold and listed on Depop. And then I've got other things to be listed on Depop or for Depop, which is like secondhand online selling. These things I might be decluttering some of them because we have so many things, you'll see, for baby that we just don't need all of them. So maybe I can bless other people with this or parts of it. Then we come to here. This will be baby's change table. And this here is actually from our dining room table. There are 4 pieces of this. So our dining room table, I'm thinking we might just put this under our bed just so it doesn't stand out there. This will be where we put our disposable nappies, which we are currently using with Eloise because as we are 3 weeks out from from giving birth, we have switched her out of cloth diapers for now, or cloth nappies. This is actually my brand in cloth nappies, or our family brand, Cloth Club. So shameless plug, but these are all prepped and ready for newborn baby girl. I can go into that in that video, and I'll go into more detail with what we got baby. More baby things here. More baby things here. These are all her little clothes, 0 to 3 months. More baby things. These are like swaddles and blankets and bassinet and change table sheets and things. Some baby carrier wraps and things. And these are all my postpartum things. I love as you can see, I love my like cloth drawstring bags and pouches to divide and separate things. Probably a bit over the top, but yes. Under our bed, we have 3 canvas like zippable bags, storage bags that are looking very squashy and not very good. But essentially one has extra Cloth Club inserts, the original Cloth Club inserts for when she grows a bit bigger out of newborn phase. These will be, these are the larger sized for like toddler cloth nappies in another brand. And then this bag here, I believe, is virtually empty. And this is our bed. And this is a recent acquisition. It's a beautiful big rocking armchair, which is going to be so nice to actually have one of these. For all of my previous babies, I was like, do I get one? I really wanted one, but then I just never did because we never had the room for it. And now we have the room. So yes, we picked this up on Facebook Marketplace. It also has other legs. We can adjust it so it doesn't have to rock. So I thought that was really like usable outside of just the newborn / nursing period. But yeah, this was a wardrobe door from the kids, but it's our floor length mirror. These are some more things I need to finish off sewing and adjusting and altering. And my husband stuck with blue tack this chopping board on top of this stool to make it flat. But that's one of our little farmhouse stools that I love. Then onto this side, we've got this like rickety little table, as well as that beautiful little bedroom chair there that's covered with stuff. That was my nonna and nonno's as well. However, like I said, I would love to mirror image this on this side too. And again, get like another big painting to match or like similar. Not this. I don't feel like it's appropriate really in the bedroom. I don't know. This was also my nonna and nonno's painting. I love the painting, but I just don't think it suits the room after all. These, I literally haven't, clearly not cleaned up for you very much. This is my my own home binding job edition of some of my Charlotte Mason volumes. And I've just got a few books up here. Every Moment Holy, Little Women, Miracles of Motherhood, book of poetry. I love poetry. It speaks to me so much. And of course, the Bible. And this is something I just started recently, which is something I started with our third baby, which is just like a little tiny notebook of some of my journalings and name ideas and scriptural things I get for the birth and just for that child in particular, that I do in the very close lead up to baby being born. That's my jewelry pouch, pretty much with, it's so dirty. That's embarrassing. This is my brush. But yeah, that's most of my jewelry in here. Not much, but even still, I don't even wear what's really in there, most of it. These are my vitamins, which I take quite a few supplements and vitamins. Oh, forgot the chair was there, almost tripped over. And here are these drawers. These are my husband's drawers on this side, so I won't go through all that. But yeah, these are my drawers. Socks, again, my drawstring bags. I really just love cloth bags as dividers. And second drawer is my plethora now of pajamas, both homemade from vintage sheets, thrifted, adjusted, altered, and some nursing. Oh my goodness, is this fly literally going to fly through every shot? I'm so frustrated by this silly fly. Nursing singlet tops and things like that for baby. And I've got here two pairs of these Emako, I think, Emamako, kind of like compression maternity over the bump exercise full length tights that my beautiful friend Lara bought me. But yeah, I've got those in there obviously until I'm postpartum, and then I've got my suck-in kind of like belly binding pants for postpartum all in the other drawer that I showed before. These are just some, these are all my t-shirts really, and that's a pair of shorts. And then here are my things like swimmers, belts, to be honest, that I rarely ever use, but I just haven't parted with them. A few little scarves and active wear and some cardigans for the summertime, spring, if needed. Outside our giant window here, you can see our beautiful little boys. These are our steer calves, Bear and Boone. Bear is the brown one and Boone is the black and white one. And they are dairy cows. We've got them since a week old, and my husband, the legend, has pretty much mostly bottle fed them and looked after them as I've been in the pregnancy phase, but they were definitely more my idea for sure. But he is so good to me, and I'm very thankful for him helping look after them so well. So there is that corner there, and then this annoying jut out that people try not to hit themselves on all the time. We do plan to renovate this to match that wall there, and then we're actually going to put a thin little serviceable ensuite eventually on this part of the room, like where the chair is. But yeah, this thing backs onto our linen closet, which I'll show you in a minute. But it is really annoying, to be honest, it's sticking out like that, but it is what it is for now. And then we pan over here and we've got our wardrobe, which I have been going back and forth over in my nesting mode. These are the two big clothes for baby girl. This here, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months. And these are just collapsible storage totes that I've picked up at Kmart. Love them, as you'll see them all in our linen closet. And in the kids' bedrooms. I've just found them, and they're affordable and they look really cute and they're really practical and they're lightweight and you can collapse them if you want. Love them. Would totally rate them. That travel bag stores more of our little travel bags and things inside it. There are 2 bags there with some more things that I want to get to eventually to sew, but they're not urgent. And that's it for up there. These are all my husband's clothes, which probably doesn't interest you very much, but these are just some of the coat hangers of things that we've decluttered. There has been, up to this point, there has been so much decluttering of this wardrobe. It's not funny, and it's still definitely not minimal by any means. I definitely think we could go through Davide's, my husband's clothing, and get rid of more things. And also I could go through and weed out some more things too from here. But I'm not doing that until postpartum, I think, because there's no point, because I don't know what I'm actually going to wear this postpartum and whatnot. And what we're going to do, instead of just decluttering it out of our home completely, I have come up with an idea to maybe just take things out and put them in a storage tub in the shed for each of us. So that way we can actually, if we need it, we've got it there. And then if we don't use it after several months, then we can just move it on. I think that might be a better process for us. I do plan to make a separate video about my actual wardrobe and my plans and thoughts around it, because I do really want to have a more minimal wardrobe. That's a video for another time, but that is our wardrobes for now. Okay, so that was a little walkthrough of our master bedroom. And then I'll switch you around and I'll walk you through to our linen closet. And this is our linen closet. So that backs onto our bedroom. So as I said, I've gotten these amazing tote storage containers that have a zip on the top and in the front, obviously with the clear panel. But yeah, I've really gone through and tried to minimize. I think in the past I minimized too many things and we didn't have enough sheets for guests and towels for guests. So that was a bit of a faux pas, I think, because it's great to be minimal, but if you want to host people, then like you need some things for them. So yes. So in saying that, this is where I've decided to keep our extra storage for our toilet paper rolls. These are like extra little kids blankets and picnic blankets and rugs. And then here we have quilts, beautiful, pretty quilts that I love. And probably don't need them all, but I love them all. And I love collecting quilts. Part of me wants to use them for like sewing projects, but then part of me is like, they're too nice to use for sewing projects. So yeah, that's a whole thing. Then this one here is full of woolen, like thin wool blankets for underneath duvets and things in summer, in winter time. That giant extra large size storage one that's exploding is my spare, all my fabrics for sewing box, which is very full, but very, very nice in my opinion, because it's so nice to have fabrics on hand, mostly secondhand, to pull from. This here is like rags, floor mats, rags, cleaning things. I love these storage totes because they do make things look so neat. In here is just like some decor kind of soft furnishings like cushion covers and cushions and bits and pieces. It's kind of a meh. This here, this is a recent ad. This has got all the clothes that I've listed on Depop, and I just pull from that. It's actually a good system. It works well because it's accessible to me. And when someone buys something, I can just pull it out and ship it off. And then here is our guest linen bedding. So that's really nice. And here are a spare king linen duvet cover, two spare king sheets. We have probably more than we need, but that's because we had a bit of an overlap with the move and my parents needing the sheets on that king bed back there in Cairns where we were. Anyway, not part of the story. Kids single sheets and duvets, mattress protectors for single beds, extra pillowcases, and these are like pillowcase protectors. And here is a tub of our son's undies and shorts, because we have found with him being all of 4.5 years old, he wets his pants in the day far less if he knows he only has one pair of pants and undies for the day. Otherwise, he'll just go through them all very quickly. So we keep this in here. He doesn't even know this is here. He just sees the new pair of undies and pants appear in his drawer every day. So that's the system at the moment. Then we have like kids towels, like they're all those square hooded towels. We really like those, clearly. And then these are the kids hooded beach towels. These are our like adult beach towels, and these are just like bath towels and hand towels for the bathrooms. Some larger face cloths. We love our face cloths. So that's all that's on these linen kind of shelves. Then we move up, and believe it or not, this might look like a lot of toys, and it still is quite a few toys. We had so many toys in cans at one stage, like, 3 times this amount, 4 times this amount, I don't know, a ridiculous amount of toys. I got rid of so many, and then I got rid of more again, and then I got rid of more again, and then when we moved, I got rid of more again. And I did buy some new, like secondhand new toys here and there when we got here, because I was like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't get rid of that or this or that. But realistically, I saw again that it wasn't the kids, it was me just wanting it, and they didn't really care for it. So I just recently did another declutter and donated a bunch to the church and whatnot. I didn't really sell any of them. I just gave them away because I just thought, let's just bless people. And so this is what we're left with. These are all different various toys, and I can make a video about what toys we did keep. I still actually haven't gone through all of them completely, and I haven't been as ruthless as I could be. So there are still more things probably to be decluttered, but this is pretty much the bulk of the toys, minus our puzzles and our board games, and then our homeschool like resource educational toys. So we still have quite a few things. This is a bag of like essentially fabric, but they're like curtain trims that I found secondhand. I don't know what to do. I do plan to try and use them for something, but they're just there for now. And this is a bag of like cot sheets for when little baby goes into her bigger cot, and extra baby things that we may not need at all or for a while anyway. So that's our linen closet. So I hope you enjoyed that talk through of our linen closet and master bedroom. I know it wasn't really showing any decluttering, but there has been so much decluttering. If I have any footage of things I did take of me decluttering, I will try and insert it in this video if I haven't already. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and that at minimum it was entertaining, but hopefully helpful and inspirational and relatable to at least one of you out there. I pray that it blesses you and that you have a great day and night and an amazing week. God bless you guys, and see you in the next one.